Here are your messages from the angels. You are coming across this video because they want you to know you need to be more cautious with your spending. Isn't that interesting when the angels come through about material things, but they want to help you and support you, and they want to make sure that you are thinking things through carefully and you're making good financial decisions. This could have to do with your business. This could have to do with your home budget. This could have to do with spending on gifts and other things that are going on in your life, like vacations. So they are asking you to slow down with what you're doing right now and pay attention to your finances. Right now, you might be feeling a little stuck, and they want you to activate the giving and receiving cycle. This is a message we get often from the angels. If you don't have the resources to take that vacation that you really want to take so you can go on that spiritual retreat or experience something new, then what gift can you offer someone else in exchange for that? Is there something you could do for somebody else right now to activate that giving and receiving cycle and bring in those resources? If you don't know me, I'm Devon Duerr. I'm an angel, intuitive, and spiritual teacher, and you are very, very welcome here. I encourage you to hit that like button right now in this video so you can keep hearing messages from the angels. And if you'd like to affirm in the comment section below this video, I am in divine flow as you listen to these messages, that will help you even more with opening up and receiving the guidance that they have for you right now. The angels are highly efficient, and they know when you're going to come across this video. Feel free to come back and listen anytime, but anytime you come across this video, there are something here for you to hear, messages for you to hear, and I encourage you to affirm that and comment in the comment below, I receive these messages. Thank you so much to my subscribers. I love you for always being here, and thank you for liking and sharing this video. Now, at the end of this video, if you'll stay all the way to the end, it really helps my video grow, my channel grow, if you will listen all the way to the end. So at the very end, I'm going to give you 3 actions to take that will help you implement the guidance in this video. Something you can do right now at the time you're hearing these messages, something you can do very soon, and something you can make plans to do down the road. So this is really helpful because a lot of times when we get these messages from the angels, we're not exactly sure where to start first. So make sure you're staying all the way to the end to hear what those messages are for you. So again, as I said right at the beginning of this video, make sure to look around and see, are you being a little too frivolous with your spending? Or did you sign up for something that you forgot about that you don't even use, and it's time to go ahead and get rid of that? Or are there things you simply just don't really need anymore that are costing you too much time and energy? Remember, money is energy because everything is made of energy. So if you are not somebody who is feeling strained financially, this could be you're feeling strained with the time and effort you are giving to something and you're feeling trapped. A lot of times this is because this is something that we don't really have our heart in anymore. It's not something we really want to do. So what they have guidance for you here, the angels have for you, is to take a look at your plans and see where you can revise things. It may be that you are not acting on something in the right time. You need to wait for the right time. Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes you don't know about. So the first thing they want you to do is step back and look and see, where could you make some changes? Where could you revise your plans so that there's not so much going on that is causing you to feel this strain? Now, a lot of times it's because there are things going on that we don't know about. And if we just put a pause on something like, oh, okay, I was going to take that vacation next month, but you know what? Now I'm feeling like I am a little strained with my time and energy and my resources. I'm just going to put a pause on it. We hit that pause button, we decide we're going to move it to next year or a few months from now, and guess what? We find out there's a better deal, or somebody calls us up and invites us to stay at their house in that location for a better, for a nominal fee or for free even. These kinds of things happen all the time when we open up to that. So they want you to know that one of the things you're not aware of, because they said there are things going on behind the scenes, is that there may be some important documents or contracts that are missing from your plans. Maybe you didn't read all the fine print before you decided to move forward with some kind of contract, or maybe, there's a new opportunity coming in that's even better. So again, I keep going back to using this opportunity to travel, but this could be taking a job offer, buying a house, any kind of business agreement, or any kind of investment. But I'm using the example of vacation for right now because that's what they asked me to do. It could be that you find out that, you were going to go next month and you were going to go with a friend, but when you put a pause in the situation, you find out your friend wasn't really willing to spend the money you were at the same locations. And then all of a sudden you find out there's this amazing group of people who share your spiritual beliefs who are going on that trip in 3 months, and it's a better deal, and you get to make all these new friends. So they want you to think of it from that perspective, that it may just be that it's not the right time to act. And we never get a full no from God, but we do get a not yet. So the thing they want you to do is look around to see what is causing you to stay up at night and worry. Where are you falling into a place of expecting the worst or self-fulfilling prophecies? Because this is where they're asking you to revise your plans. You are feeling nervous because your higher self subconsciously knows that you're feeling spread too thin. Again, spread too thin with your finances, your investments, or spread too thin with your energy, and you're not paying attention to where you are putting this energy. And this is where sometimes we can get taken advantage of because we're so focused on trying to get something done and just check off that box or just make it happen that we're not reading the fine print. We're not dotting our I's and crossing our T's and making sure we understand everybody's motives. So what's important for you to do right now as you hear these messages, and I will have those actions at the end of this video if you'll stay to the very end there, what's important to make sure you're doing is standing your ground and being authentic with your beliefs, but also choosing your battles wisely. We get this message almost every time because, again, it's that reminder that where are you putting your energy? Where are you focusing your resources? And sometimes we throw money at problems trying to fix the problem, and that's the very thing that's causing the problem to continue. So where could you maybe cut your losses? Many of you may not know this about me, but my degree is actually in accounting and business administration, very left brain, right? This is a right brain thing now that I'm doing, but I did small business consulting for around 16 years. And one of the things that I found would happen with people who were wanting to grow their business or go in a new direction, or maybe even retire from a business and do something different, is that they were not admitting to themselves when something was a sunk cost, when it was no longer serving them. And they kept throwing good money after bad, so to speak, to try to fix the problem, to try to make themselves feel better. Maybe they felt guilty about the decision they made, or they're trying to just give it more time. And sometimes it's just better to cut your losses and go invest in something your heart really wants. And this is why they were saying that at the very beginning, a lot of this has to do where you're putting these resources. It's not something your heart really wants to do. Using the example of the vacation, you think you want to go to that place you go every summer that you grew up going and you really miss it. But then if you really start looking at your options, you know what? You really kind of want to do something different this year. You want to go somewhere new. You want to have different experiences. And maybe you're just feeling a little bit restless about the idea of going back to the same location just because you know what it's going to cost you, or you know your family wants to go there. So think about that. They are saying there will be an opportunity coming very soon for you to make a decision about this. So reminding you to think that through carefully. And this is where people will come to you and get in your face and say, you have 24 hours to book this ticket or else you're going to miss it. And they want you to be careful not to fall into that energy and think things through carefully. Are you really going to miss it if you don't book in 24 hours? And this is where I like to say, if you're really feeling pushed to do something and somebody's telling you you don't have enough time to make a decision and you're feeling that resistance, that's a sign there that you're not thinking things through clearly. You don't have all the information. And a lot of times in these situations, it's just better to ask somebody for more time to make the decision and say, I need to sleep on this. I need to really think this through. And if they're not willing to give you that opportunity, or even if it's not a person, it's just this sale, then that's probably a sign that it may not be the right thing for you, because you're losing sleep over this because you don't have all the information. And maybe that information is, this isn't the right opportunity for you. There's something better. So your personal power, listen to this carefully, your personal power for these messages that's coming through is taking a break, taking a vacation from this energy, allowing more time to make a decision and, go into that place of meditation. Get out that journal, sit down and ask the angels for loud and clear guidance, which if you don't know, on Sunday mornings, I have a Journal with Your Angels and Me video that I upload and we connect together. We use my digital intuition tracker most of the time, or we could use my journal. I use my journal sometimes, but you can use anything. And I'll put the link to that below, as well as a link to my digital intuition tracker if you'd like to see the way that I teach developing your natural born intuitive abilities. And it will be available on my YouTube store soon. It's also on my website, devonduerr.com. And if you use this intuition tracker when you sit down to connect with the angels, it makes it really easy to go back and review, connect the dots, and learn the way you use your natural born intuitive abilities. You are highly intuitive. You are hearing these messages because there are messages here for you, and you were guided here by your intuition. So thank you for your patience on that. I just wanted to remind you about that digital intuition tracker if that's something you're interested in. Now, they want you to know the people around you may not be making the best decisions. This is where they're not stepping back. They're not going into meditation. They're not journaling about it and reviewing everyone's motives in the situation. So again, that guidance to slow down and think things through carefully. If you've got somebody coming to you and going, we need to book those plane tickets now or we're going to miss it. The price is going to go up. It's not, we've got to do it. We've got to do it. And you're feeling this resistance. That's because their motives are coming from a different place. Maybe they're not motivated by bringing more balance to their finances. Maybe they don't care what their budget looks like, or maybe they just really want to get you locked into that commitment. And subconsciously you're going, you know what? I just don't know if this is the right person to travel with, or this is the right location to go, or if this is the right place to stay. So if you have people getting in your face and trying to push you, or maybe they're even just like trying to tell you their opinion and get you to get on their side, they want you to back up and go, you know what? I'm not sure if it's wise for me to follow in their footpaths. I'm not sure that they're coming from the same space as me. And, if you remember, they said to be careful to choose your battles wisely. It doesn't mean you have to sit there and confront them and say, hey, you're just trying to get my money out of me, or you're just trying to get me to pay for this. They're saying maybe you just walk away and say, I need more time. And just that thing that taking that time away allows that energy to disperse, and you may not even have to have that conversation with that person. Like, think of the salesperson that is really in your face at the car dealership, but you can just say, hey, you know what? I got to go pick up my kids from school. I'm going to come back tomorrow and think about it. You're getting away from that energy. That energy dissipates. You sleep on it, and then you go, you know what? That wasn't the right car for me, so you save yourself. So anyways, they want you to know that by doing that, by taking this time to step away, all of a sudden new things are going to open up for you, and you're going to start to see a lot of things happening at once that are in your favor. So release yourself from past decisions that you regret making, release yourself from investments that are not working, and move in a new direction. That's ultimately what they want you to do, is look to see where you can release things that are no longer serving you. Now, I've gotten some really wonderful comments from many of you in below about wanting to hear more about archangels. So before we get to the 3 actions I promised you at the end of this video, let me mention Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael is a fantastic angel for helping you make transitions, for helping you let go of things gently, to heal from heartbreak over endings. And some of the literature out there will refer to Archangel Azrael as the angel of death, and that is only because death represents transformation. We don't have to sit there and wait for us to have to go through the loss of something to work with Archangel Azrael. We can realize, you know what? I do want to move away from this project I'm working on. I do want to move away from this business partnership because it's just become too much stressful. I do want to change my plans for my vacation next month with my friend, and I don't want to let them down, but I want to make the change. You can call in Archangel Azrael now to begin working with you to help you gently make that transformation, to find the right time to have that conversation, to find the right time to end that business partnership in a way that is, doesn't burn bridges and hopefully is a win-win for everybody ultimately in the end. So that's the main takeaway from the overall guidance. And now let's move into the 3 actions I promised you if you were willing to wait to the end of this video, which I appreciate so much. All of you who like and subscribe to my channel, it really helps my channel grow. And don't forget that you can sign up for my free newsletter at devonduerr.com to get my ebook, Is It a Sign? And also stay up to date when I have new videos for you, because again, these messages are meant for you anytime you come across them, but I also do try to regularly upload them, as well as the journaling with your Angels and Me videos, so that we can stay connected and keep practicing using our natural born intuitive abilities. Well, let's jump into those 3 actions I promised you at the end of this video. The first thing they want you to do at the time that you are listening to this video is to remember you have the power within you to take your power back. If you are catching yourself in a victim mentality, they are asking you to move out of that. Also, no more self-deprecating. If you're catching yourself talking bad about yourself, telling yourself that it was a mistake to get into that relationship with that business partner or invest in that thing, or even any kind of mistake that you're feeling bad about, we need to let that go. We need to say, you know what I learned from this? This is what I learned, and make a list of those things. Get out of that mindset and stop taking a back seat to these issues or taking a back seat to what other people are doing. Now, also be careful you're not being a martyr, where they mentioned earlier in these messages where you're putting all your time and energy into a project that's not serving you because you think you're making that sacrifice for the greater good. That is not what the angels want us to do. They want us to always remember to nurture ourselves. So at the time that you are hearing these messages right now, they want you to take action on getting out of that victim mentality that are causing those sleepless nights. Take your power back and start talking to yourself differently, okay? We're not going to go in the woulda, coulda, shoulda type mentality. We're going to say, here's what I learned. Now here's the decision I'm going to make next. Now, very soon in the future, what they're going to ask you to do is really apply yourself to making this transformation, to moving away from what no longer serves you. Go ahead and plan to revise your plans. Call on Archangel Azrael to help you with making that transformation, making changes in your routine, making changes in relationships so that you can move on. They're also advising you to see where you could advance your crafts or your skills, maybe take a class or just do more research. Maybe you're the person that keeps getting the guidance about the vacation. Research other locations, call a travel agent or ask for a recommendation from others about other places you could go that might open up more opportunities. So go ahead and start applying yourself to that and being really committed to making this transformation to bring more stability to your emotions and your financial resources very, very soon after hearing these messages, okay? Schedule time in there for that. And finally, what they want you to make long-term plans to do, go ahead and start planning to do, is find ways that you can work with others to keep everything in balance. So maybe you are somebody who's very focused on your career, but you really need that vacation. Can you call on somebody else to help you plan it? Maybe you need to get into a place of affirming I am in divine flow. And again, a reminder, please write in the comments right below this video to help my video grow, I am in divine flow. That's one of my favorite pocket affirmations, or any other one that you want to affirm that you are in divine flow at the time you're hearing these messages. And remember to go with the flow. If you open up your heart and allow the angels to guide you, the better opportunities will come in with you, because you're going to be asked to adapt quickly when these new opportunities come in. So again, as you're going through this transformation, you're letting go of things that are no longer serving you. What is the ending of that situation bringing? New beginnings. Lots of new beginnings. That's why they want you to consider all your options carefully and be willing to adapt quickly. You know, hey, we just found out that we're not going to go on that vacation anymore next month that we were talking about as an example. You're not going to do that anymore. But guess what? Now that you are not going on that vacation, you get a little, job offer to do something to earn a little extra money that's going to allow you to go on that bigger spiritual retreat you were really hoping to do. So make sure you're making the plans now to be able to adapt quickly down the road. That's why they're asking you to really apply yourself very soon after hearing these messages to getting that transformation going, working with Archangel Azrael, and being open to adapting quickly to whatever change comes through, and remembering you are in divine flow. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.